Welcome back to part number 6 of my Imperator Rome playthrough as Epirus. We just got done with a war, a wonky war with Macedon. I was worried Rome had called us in, and Macedon here was right on our border. I didn't know he was at war over here. I was sort of thinking to myself what to do. I was going to dishonor the call, and then I figured, well, that's not a good idea. I took a look at Rome's cohort count, and he'll come at us next. So that means I was thinking I could declare war on Macedon before Rome called us in, and then anyway, to make a long story short, we declared war on Macedon and inadvertently declined the call from Rome, meaning we're no longer allied. But then we declared war on Macedon, and then we were able to re-ally with Rome after we declared on Macedon. That's a first in my 5,000 plus hours of gameplay here, but well, whatever the case is, it can happen. It did happen, and we're rolling right along again, happily allied with Rome. We have a serious malice here, minus 97 dishonored alliance, but we've aided him so many times and so often. We have a bonus. I'm sure he'll call us up again, and we'll be at plus 100 due to aiding him in his various endeavors over here that we never participate in. But whatever the case, he likes us, and we're happy about him liking us. We're going to carry on. Our cities we've been building over here are coming on very hard in Illyria relative to our legion count. We just reached 20 before the Macedonian War, and now we're at 23. So that's good news for us. Our manpower is spiking. I'm sure we have lots of wrong culture group of freemen over here in Pella, etc. Whatever the case is, we make a considerable recharge now, and maybe be able to, if this goes on for 10 or more years, we may be able to defend ourselves if attacked by Rome. But we're allied and we don't care. We're going to continue to build cities. Along those lines, I let a little time pass and moved some pops out of this territory here. It's now positive. It was bleeding hard. It was going to revolt there. Moved them here, there, and here, and then there, and here. They presently reside in this city. Quite a lot of right culture, or primary culture group, are here now and popping up due to our home provenance in Illyria, the region of. So all of these policies are set for cultural assimilation, and they're going to stay that way for essentially, I think, the rest of the game. So what we're able to do is populate this new city here that we just built with a fair number of primary culture pops, and we should be able to move quite a few more as our income has spiked. I can move more. I think there are more here, another 17. I'm going to move them into our new city here, although we don't want to overpopulate it because the food is problematic relative to our ability to import, which is none. I'm just going to let some time pass, much like I had been doing. There's not a lot going on. We're not going to war. We have a lot of aggressive expansion. I'm just going to build cities, move pops about. Maybe I'll build some cities, who knows, up here. Maybe we'll begin to start to maybe build in Pannonia, but maybe a few more cities, maybe 3 cities per province here. I probably should build a city here in Metion, and perhaps even over here we can get some Macedonian pops up in Kodrian or whatnot here. I'll get back to you with updates from time to time. Oh yeah, see, we just hit another innovation of the Marshall hit. We can go 1, 2, and 3 and spike get some corruption and integrated culture happiness, as well as civ change, which is nice. And research efficiency, we're at 200% now, good for us. That's another thing that spiked hard. We must have nobles coming online in these various cities. There's 10 there now, 1 there. 1 there, 4, 6. They'll come up, that's for sure. Our glorious ruler has passed on. We have a stability drop, and looks to be about the size of it. Let's see, the new ruler should have Blood of the Argent, I think. Yeah. He does indeed. So we have Morale of Armies and Ruler Popularity Gain for Blood of Achios, and the Argents as well. Legitimacy, Aggressive Expansion, and Stability Change tick. That's nice as well. I'm going to go ahead and adjust this character's stats up by 2 each. Move some pops around. I've been going to try to get some pops up to, I think, this city here. Wherever exactly that city is. These new cities here need primary culture pops. This one is in great need of pops. I think there are more than a few here. 19 on the way up to Epirus and this other city here. As I was commenting earlier, we have nobles promoting here in our multiple new cities in our new capital province here, so we may as well get this promotion going in earnest and import a livestock from our friends in Rome. That'll give us a 25% bonus to the promotion speed. Time is passing. I'm going to build another city here in our capital province of Liburnia. This is not the best place, but it's adjacent to this province, which is adjacent to our future conquests. So it'll be easier to get pops down in there. I have mostly filled out these cities with mostly primary culture pops. And they are promoting slowly but surely. What exactly these guys are doing in this particular area here, I couldn't really say. Just sort of mulling about, probably eating all their food. There's a lot of them, that's for sure. Thrace and Macedon are at war. He's still at war with Egypt. What did the Roman take from him, if anything? It doesn't seem like Rome really got much of anything for their trouble. Which is good for me, really, as I was worried about him triggering or going past 500 territories and becoming a great power, and then we would no longer be able to be allied with him. I'm sort of worried about the same thing with us, but we're not even really close. We're about halfway there. I don't think he took anything from Macedon at all, really. Macedon is still engaged with Egypt, and nothing really much goes on. The decade has rolled over, and we're going to pick another tradition here. Let's see, I think we were headed down here to Found City modifier. 10%, good for us, we'll take it. And we have a colony here. That's, I think, by and large irrelevant. It says major discovery. I don't even know really where that is. Apparently that colony is not irrelevant. We have quite a few primary culture pops here in this city, right, or this provincial capital right now. Converted 8 of them. Imagine they're no longer agitated. We could colonize one of these areas here if we wanted to. Perhaps we'll just wait. Maybe we'll make a city there or something. Because I want to build all my cities in Illyria. As of now, it's easy to get pops to the region, and we're not going to get to the technology that's going to allow us to create multiple cohorts anytime soon. We have to get down to here, which is a ways away. I'm not sure we ever will in this game, but which is why I'm going to stick to Illyria. Took a look at the board here. I found this guy's been mulling about here, unaffiliated for some time. Doesn't seem, there's not a lot of downside to it. We'll just declare the war. We'll lose a bit of peacetime burn, but we're going to get it done. Let's go ahead here and carry on. Looks like he called up his levy right there, and I think it should be over for him. It is. It's done. We've done it. Off here. Bring our 4 siege engineers. We should finish that fairly quickly. Looks like he doesn't have any access, or we caught him out, one of the two, and it's over for him. Called up a levy here. We'll put it to him. Another city has come online here in Lissos. I'm gonna get it populated. I'm gonna build another city in this mountainous terrain. We're not gonna do that though. I'm gonna build a city right here on this olive farmland. I think at least nearby river, warm climate farmland. Let's do it. I chased the army about here a couple of times. Finally stack wiped them. Siege is fallen. We've done it. And that should. He's high. Well, whatever the case, it's also done. Shuffling pops, moving about this area here. I need to keep that clear so that I can move pops back and forth and colonize this area. Although the colony hit here, there's a bunch of primary pops there, but managed to stave off some of the bleeding here by moving wrong culture pops out and then quite a few primary culture up. It should turn purplish shortly. There it is, I've done it. Mostly just one pop per, and it looks like the bleeding is negligible now. Another city just popped up in our capital territory. I'm going to try to populate it. I've done it. There are quite a few pops just mulling about. Now some time has passed. I've been shuffling pops about. An Oracle event happened. We paid 300 gold or some such. We got 5 legitimacy. We didn't get the damnation event, which is good news. These loyalties are sort of unmanageable and sort of manageable. They're slowly but surely lowering below the 33 threshold. Luckily, I've gotten quite a few pops out. They're on their way down this way toward the capital. That colony we got from one of the missions here is keeping this area generally afloat. So we have an out where we can, even if these border provinces here go under the 33 threshold, this one is already, this one soon will be, this one is gone. This one is gone, but this the colony here is holding its own. We can use it to colonize out into this area, and then that'll make the loyalty tick diminish below the 0 where it's holding its own, because these guys will be wrong religion, wrong culture. But then we can colonize here and start a whole new provincial tick at 100%. And theoretically gain some time to where we'll be able to continue colonizing outward, and they'll sooner or later blow below the 33 threshold, but we'll be out. We'll have reached this area and can continue to colonize. So there's no immediate rush for any sort of colonization activities. There is a need for more cohorts in our legion. Our income has spiked another 10 per. I'm not sure exactly where it came from, but I'll not argue with it either. We need more pops in our capital, or more capacity, which means we need aqueducts. The problem is that these ratios are not really right here to begin with. There's a lot of slaves in these cities. I'm sure these ones that we recently built. Oh, look at that we could use some pops here. We need more slaves. I think this city here, we need more slaves there as well. We have demotional activities going on. So these 3 cities, this one here as well, we need more slaves and more aqueducts for promotion. I'm going to take a look around and see if I can build various aqueducts and stave off the demotional activities here. And that's what I'm going to do with my money for the foreseeable future as our aggressive expansion comes down. At some point, I need to bank more money for 3 merc stacks as we engage these long-standing defensive league people and take this area here, starting another loyalty crisis. We've been acquiring innovations. I think we're going to go with, building stuff. We'll get this 10% build cost actioned, and maybe get another route for the capital as well. Why not do it? This aqueduct has just hit here. I'm going to remove some of these Macedonian pops here and move them to this city here. There's quite a few pops in this area here that can be moved into these cities where they'll immediately promote. They won't have to go freeman and then citizen and then noble, because the ratios are essentially in order. Well, we have an event here. An embezzler has been caught. She's aged at 63. She's pretty good at what she does. We have this guy is good at what he does as well. We have some backups here with the oratory, 8, 7, a 10 here. A young lady, she's learning her trade. She can be moved over here as needed. So maybe we can take 1,134 gold or thereabouts and send her to jail, and then see if we can figure out someplace else. Our omen is nice, but perhaps we can swing this office holder there over to that position and then figure out another decent oratory person. This woman here comes to mind. Let's see, she's decent at oratory. Not particularly good at things related to omens. But, well, maybe we do need legitimacy. So we can probably place her. Let's do it. The time for this war is upon us. I burned down the rest of that aggressive expansion we got from this Macedonian campaign. I could declare war on this large defensive league here, but it may be a bit too large for my taste at this point. That's a lot of aggressive expansion, and it's actually a lot of tribes, and there are quite a few mercs about. So they probably have decent money to where they could hire quite a few mercs. I'm maxed out at 3. I could hire this bruiser here. And there's probably another larger merc stack here as well. It's one of our legacy mercs here as well. This fellow, not quite as well led as he once was. This guy can be hired as well. And it sounds sort of challenging relative to the work that I've been doing. Here we have these cities here. They're just sort of coming online. I can fill them up even more so. They're all in the region of Illyria. Our legion count is such that we probably will be coming on as well with more legions. I could probably double it in short order, as there's a great many of these. This is a large city here, and they will promote at some point. There's a new city here as well promoting up. This city is not well promoted here, etc. So our legions will grow. And I just went through all the trouble of micromanaging some pop moves around in this area to where I've put an end to the bleed of these provinces. Not this one, I don't think. But actually, yeah, that one. This one, but not this one. It's blown, but this one is actionable. It's no longer bleeding and should head out on a positive trajectory at some point, at which point we can colonize out here when money becomes available and I'm not building aqueducts any longer. I managed to hedge the bleeding here as well, mostly. And I'm moving these pops down, to fill up these cities here in our capital area, etc. Going to build some more aqueducts. So why should I be in a hurry to take those guys out? There's no rush. And we'll just mull about with no aggressive expansion for a while and not worry. If I really want to do some conquering, then this Triballia here is probably actionable. I'll drop a claim there. And maybe we'll dredge up some aggressive expansion in that manner. It seems a more manageable war. We have an oratory advance. Let's see if we can continue our quest for more money. Build cost. What we're headed for is a temporary office, but along the way we have quite a few opportunities for commerce income 5%. Well, build cost is build cost, and that's 2.5% less than it was. Gonna take the 40 PI for some manpower. We're about maxed out. Gonna grab a tradition here. I think it's heavy infantry offense. Why not have it? Another innovation is said we'll take the 5% commerce. That should make a difference. It should be at least something. We've done it. Our claim just hit on Tribalia. I'm going to close this episode out with a quick war, hopefully quick and out, against Tribalia and Dardania. We can hire a couple of these mercs. This fellow comes to mind. Let's get him up towards this area here. And I think another merc, in the interest of just assaulting and getting on with our day, we'll hire this guy as well. I'd like to keep him in reserve for a possible war with a major, but as Rome is highly our ally and has a high opinion of us, not really all that worried about it, so we use him. Diodamus has showed up. We can have an ancient fertility figurine. It's not of much use, really. I mean, it's reason. Well, we'll take the stability and carry on. Should probably build some roads at some point as well. The problem is I don't have the legion count, or I don't want to spend the money. I want to have the legion count available, and I don't want to spend the money, really. Looks as though the Romans have threatened the Carthaginian revolt with war, and that they folded. I think the Romans got a territory for their trouble. He was all geared up as well. Another 53k here. Yikes. Let's declare this war immediately. Well, the Romans have done it. They finally are going to consolidate this area here with the Veneto and company. The problem is for us is that they're immediately going to roll over towards us unless we can stop them with this glorious mercenary here. Let's head him up there. I'm going to turn my Taxus around here and head up and deal with this lot here. Let's get this ball rolling here. We'll assault this fort immediately. We've done it. Let's roll out here. I think we can peace out here. We'll do it. We can't do it. Well, looks like Veneto is headed the right way down towards Rome here, and then leaving our border clean. So maybe we don't need to go up there with the Taxus. We'll just send this merc up. We'll levyize this provincial capital there. Where will we go? We'll just mull about there and wait. I wonder if we were to assault this fort and take it over properly, whether the Romans would cede this to us in a war. Let's find out. We've reached this territory. Let's assault it. Boom. We've occupied this territory here. Let's roll up there as well. We've taken this siege down as well. Let's head off to his capital there, or at least this fort. We'll head here as well. We're going to catch this lot out here. They've recaptured this Sostra area, but we're going to catch them with our Taxus here and then assault this stuff away. Bloodbath form is over. Let's assault that fort as well. Boom. We've done it. Close this war out here shortly. I think as soon as these territories occupy, or provinces occupy, we should be able to close this war. Where is this guy headed? We'll get him as well. Let's see if he's willing. He is, and we'll take it. I'm going to stand down these mercs, head our Taxus back the other way. Up towards this area. We need roads. Note to self, badly. Badly, I might add. What happened here? We must have become involved in a battle somehow. The good news is we defeated whoever it was that was there, and now we're the siege leader. I'm going to see about bringing in some reinforcements for that effort there. We'll get this guy maybe put him on a unit reorganization and get him over there, and then we'll assault this away, hopefully. There's a few shattered armies here headed back our way. I'm glad I hired this guy. May well hire another. In fact, let's see. Who are you and what do? You do something very... He's fairly... Let's do it. We'll bust him out as well. These barbarians have showed up. The more to the point, we have... This Merc is going to catch a couple of these folks out that are already in a diminished status. Let's see what happens. Stack wiped him. It's over for him. Let's see if we can get this guy as well. I don't see a lot of enemy combatants. Let's assault this fort right now. Before Rome pieces out, maybe he'll give it to us. Boom, we've done it. Bountiful harvest. Take the money, surely. Looks like we're going to catch this guy out in our city. Hopefully we catch him before it's over for him. So we caught him. This unit here probably not particularly useful. So, yeah, Rome seems to have this well in hand, really. So we'll just stand him down. Stack wipe one of these guys, hopefully another. We've done it. I think we'll stand this guy down as well. That's going to do it for this episode. We'll find out what happens with this Veneto situation at the beginning of the next episode. I'm going to send this Taxus up to this area. This bar will be, I think, long gone by then. I moved some pops about and out of these troubled areas here. I think they should be positive. This one is 0.06 up, and this one is flipped into a wildly positive 0.15. That should leave us access to this area for colonization, and I believe this is positive as well due to our colony tradition that we popped with one of our traditions, which is here from the kingdom, this one. So that's good for us. Let's see, maybe build a city there. We get some sort of assimilative bonus. Let's see, that's not bad, really. Well, whatever the case is, there's not, I'm not gonna worry about doing that. It's sort of offbeat and not really all that much of a bonus to begin with. Migration is nice at coast, but inland here it's not overly promising, really, relative to our return for paying it any attention at all. So with that having been said, let's take a look here what we're looking at. This area is generally sort of kind of loyal in a disloyal way. It's only 0.15 down. It's a Zalamoxian, and I'm sure Rome culture as well, so that's a good sign going forward. We'll be able to move a lot of these pops, hopefully, into some of these cities. We'll build a couple of cities in Illyria somewhere, or, yikes, those guys are pretty Or maybe we'll move them down into Macedonian cities and build some theaters down in there or something. Or maybe just leave them be, who knows, really. Whatever the case, let's check our urban status here. We have heavily urbanized Illyria. I think all of our cities are in the region of Illyria, so as to get us a levy count as well as a legion count. We're coming up, spiking our legions hard again. Making more money. Let's check the status as to how much. I'm back up to 65 again. Good for us. That's with this Merc. Let's check the loyalties here of our provincial loyalties. It's all reasonable, really. It's not poor. And I think short after this AE goes, we'll try to take this defensive league out and build more cities along the frontier here of Illyria, close to where we can. Yikes, this mountain range is a pain, but I think we're running out of cities to build in our home province of Illyria, but whenever I think that's happened, you can usually build ever more. What we will need to do to support our urbanization here of Illyria is colonize into these grain areas. There's quite a few up in here. Probably colonize this and then condense the pops on these various grain territories so as to feed our highly urbanized Illyrian province. With that having been said, I hope to see you in the next episode.